Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Empire Total War with the Imperial Splendour mod. Last time around we fought the Austrian counterattack, and we're continuing to fight the Austrian counterattack. Here they're counterattacking, or trying to end our siege of Reykjavik on Iceland. They just recently took it from the Danish, crushing the Danish nation entirely. They, yeah, and that's where we are right now. Hopefully this will be the last point of their counterattack, so I can actually see if I can mop the Austrian up, mop them up, what's left of them. There can't be a lot. We did inflict quite serious defeats on them and their allies. Anyways, so we've got Ernst von Ruckel in command of this sort of expeditionary force, which I really only built with the mind that they were gonna fight whatever the Danish was able to recruit out here on Iceland, thinking it would be mostly armed citizenry and militia units. But instead we come upon this actually quite veteran Austrian army, which was interesting that they beat me to it. The Austrian navy got there first. In terms of numbers, they have about 1,000 men more, but if we look at this, those 1,000 men are armed citizenry. So numbers, I would say we're about equal. In terms of artillery, I say we have a definite advantage, since we have two howitzers compared to them. Howitzer and mortars are not very good. In terms of infantry, it looks like they have more light infantry, but that's just gonna make easy pickings for my cavalry. Now I only have one proper cavalry unit though, the dragoons. They have some more, but they usually waste that cavalry, line infantry. I think I've got an advantage there with grenadiers and so on. It is on paper quite equal, but I think with my added knowledge we would definitely win this battle. Enough talking anyways. Hopefully we'll be able to do this one rather quickly and then set up and reorganize our troops for the final push on Vienna. And also with taking this would mean that I only need to take Vienna. Oh yeah, they are counterattacking out. Unless I completely manage to utterly destroy all of them, leaving no troops alive, that's the only kind of way I would be able to seize it right now. We would have to... Anyways, we'll maim their army to the point where there's gonna be just an out-resolve once this end turn runs through. And with that, let's bang the drum and march to war. Surprisingly, there's a lot of roads here. I would think this area being quite sparsely populated and kind of a backwaters even for the nation that held it to begin with. Anyways, enough of that. It's a pretty simple formation. We've got the Fusilier battalions in the center, flanked by 2 units of musketeer on either side, with grenadiers backing up the Fusiliers in case. So we got strong center, and on the flanks the cavalry on either side. These are a new unit, which is the mounted Jaegers. They can't fire from horseback, which makes me a bit sad, so we're gonna have to dismount them and move them like that. I think we might want to dismount them already. They don't have the range of the Jaegers, but they do have the accuracy of them. Artillery on the hill, ready to bombard the enemy. And with that, let's start. Okay, so the enemy is focused. You know what? Before explosive shot. And I want it fired in the middle of all of that. Oh, we got some of the armed citizenry. 4 of them. I got 4 armed citizenry, great. Let's march our troops. I want to get out of that forest at least. And then the grenadiers can go in behind. Enemy cavalry is amassing on that side. Sending both their units that way. And then since these guys are dismounted, we'll get them into the forest there. Flank, that'll be good. It's a lot of cavalry. So here's the problem with square. So now I cannot... You can see I'm clicking on square. For some reason I cannot form square until I'm actually attacked. Which seems rather odd. So it's hussars and dragoons. And they didn't take much of a beating. Our dragoons will counterattack and... Let's see. Oh, my guys are shaken by this. And they still can't form square. We're gonna pull back. Which seems to have worked pretty well. We're gonna have to advance this. Enemy's light infantry has opened up on us pretty bad. Through the center. Let's redirect the artillery. I want wanted to hit the enemy light infantry. The enemy is very competent in this battle compared to all previous battles. The enemy is getting way too close for my liking over here. Luckily for me, I've got these backup troops. It looked bad here with all the enemy firing, but we actually only lost 25 men roughly. Enemy cavalry, now that we opened fire upon them. Hoping to break them down. Oh, they moved all the way up there to charge. Okay, we're gonna charge. And then we're gonna pull back the Fusiliers. As I pull them back, I'm gonna just move up the Grenadiers once, fire from there, and then redirect them. The Jaegers are doing okay. Oh no, my Musketeer battalion routed. I did not see that coming. Musketeers fall back. My Grenadiers are also not doing too hot. We can have this entire flank route. I kinda wanna pull back everything actually. Why aren't everyone firing here? Oh god damn it. You could have just fired straight on, but you had to reform, didn't you? We're gonna have to pull back everything. Oh, now both units are routing here. Dragoons, stop them. Grenadiers are... Oh, god damn it. I want all my howitzers firing that way. Hopefully we'll get some luck shooting at the enemy over there. From the new positions, hopefully we'll be able to do better. And hopefully we'll have some of those retreating troops coming back. Okay, now the the Jaegers are actually being forced back. This is not going good at all. And the thing is, I don't know, in Napoleon I would have ridden up to them and rallied them. But you know what? We're gonna put Grenadiers behind these. Oh, don't ride in front of the firing line. Okay, Grenadiers are gone. This looks like a catastrophic failure right now. And we're about to get flanked over there. So I need to pull the flank up. Okay, one unit rallied. I'll put it into square just now because I can't be bothered micromanage him just yet. Good fire over there. My dragoons might be winning that fight, which means that there's not that big of a risk to this unit, so you can start marching. Good volleys going on. They are, however, flanking us. I don't know if I can fire that at that elevation. My Fusiliers are getting outflanked, so I need to pull back yet another time. It's mostly enemy light infantry and armed citizenry. You can hold there, but what if I pull you back and then the grenadiers could cover you and fire at will on the enemy as you pass through. Hopefully, anyways. So Fusiliers are going... Oh no, my dragoons faltered in that attack. Oh, they didn't explode. What a shame. Set up line, but don't fire at will just yet, because I don't want you to shoot down my grenadiers. There's too many enemies. I was hoping I would win that cavalry fight, but I didn't, which is bad. Oh, they're flanking me hard up here. Am I at least winning over here? Form square. Let's move the let's move this unit to cover this flank. The good thing is that the enemy is not firing back at us over here. That's gonna be bad if they fire back. There's almost 1,000 men coming in there. Okay, the troops in the center there were broken, but this unit is not gonna do too well. My grenadiers are holding on. We're pushing the enemy back over here. Let's fall on the enemy here, where they're exposed. We might just break them. You guys should be able to, yeah, fire straight into these. Unfortunately for this line right here, they're gonna be surrounded for a while before I can move in to support them. I'm moving up their artillery for some reason. I'll actually pull back my grenadiers, and we'll tell them to fire instead into the enemy. So the unit there is suffering heavily through this. Hopefully it will worth it. Hopefully they'll shoot the enemy general, which is down here. I ordered you to stand ground and to fire. But greater chance of shooting down the enemy general. Fusiliers doing good. Ah. Now the enemy cavalry attacks. They're about to break here. I'll order them to form square. I've ordered you plenty enough times to form line and fire at will. Also, why aren't you firing anymore? You god-awful bastards. Now fire at will. But sir, those are our own troops! Does it look like I care? Fire, damn you! Come on, grenadiers, I want you. Yes! Yes! Good close range. I broke the enemy general. Another close range shot there. The square forced the enemy away over there. I think with the arc of the howitzers, I can't fire on these. So that's a bit unfortunate. 15 men got away out of that line. And now it's a melee fight along this here line. Grenadiers. The hell, they placed their artillery right there. It's the first foot of regiment, or regiment of foot, I should say. Said that the wrong way around. I think we'll hold here. Possibly. It would be nice with some aid. The general might be forced to push in here. Have we killed the enemy general? I don't think we have we? Yes! Enemy line is broken. I will go in to kill the enemy general. And you will now redirect and then fall upon these guys. And then that added on with the enemy general hopefully being killed by my general will cause a mass rout, which we already kind of are causing. The enemy grenadiers are moving away from the fight. More and more of enemy troops are retreating. You can drop the square and march to attack this line. Enemy unit retreat through. We've lost one bodyguard since the start of this fight. The enemy has lost 5. And they're actually pulling back together with their line. We're still finding the enemy grenadiers down here. They've rolled up their bloody artillery all the way up here, which is an odd strategy. Enemy general was killed. So our Prussians still won the day over there. Let's chase down these guys to make sure that they are routed. This is going to be hard covering through the end screen just because there's so much shit going on all over the place. The grenadiers are holding on even with them receiving fire from their own cannons. I guess that was the final straw there, that their own cannons targeted them. And our men are just overrunning them rather quickly. Grenadier unit destroyed. It was a very, very bloody battle. Ultimately, I stood victorious. And I think I think we can count upon us continuing the siege. But I'm not sure we have the power to quickly just go ahead and out-resolve it after the fight. Actually, it might be more important to get the howitzers than the line infantry, as the howitzers will count kind of to more points in the auto-resolve. Not entirely sure how that works. We've got 3 grenadiers. Might as well shoot those guys down. And yes! Let's go ahead and take a look at the statistics of this very bloody battle. Here's the statistics of that very bloody battle. So out of the enemy's 4,600 men, about 4,000 of them died, leaving only 700 left to defend. Out of my army of 3,720, 2,200 died, leaving 1,500 left. I'm not entirely sure if I lost a unit. Yeah, one of the musketeer units was lost. And one of the grenadier units was lost, in fact. But all other units survived. So 2 units was lost. I still have twice the numbers of the enemy, but that was a very, very bloody battle. Indeed. Let's go ahead and take a look at the individual statistics. So the Musketeer Battalion, which got the most chevrons of all the units that survived, that should be said. Actually, that one got more. 856. Grenadier, Musketeer. Oh, the mounted Feldjäger only managed to score 25 kills, losing half the unit, but when then retreating. Howitzers did really bad. I don't even know why. It's like maybe I shouldn't even have cannons in the army. It's just I should have more musketeers, grenadiers, and stuff like that, because they never really. I mean, in siege battles, when defending, then clearly the cannons do really well. But in field battles like this, they're just so inaccurate that they never hit anything. I mean, even the general managed to get 140 kills. And he only lost 4 of his bodyguard. That's pretty good. That's a pretty darn spectacular first victory for this general. It's a bit touch and go in beginning, where the enemy was unusually aggressive in pushing out against us. But he reformed and reformed and reformed and held the line. And ultimately, that will prove victorious. But at a cost in manpower, though. And we've reached the end turn. The enemy has attacked mines of ours over on the border to Silesia, but actually within the Bohemian region. They're pushing that army very close. Could actually take Silesia. Nation destroyed. Portugal has been destroyed. Who then has decided to destroy Portugal? And quicklime shell has been discovered. It would be the Marathan Confederacy to put war elephants in Portugal. It's a reverse colonialization, where the Marathan Confederacy. This happens surprisingly often when I play Empire. Then the Indians go ahead and strike out. We have had a number of campaigns. I know that the Indians have sometimes come and attacked me in the Caribbean. So interesting events there. Destroyed Portugal even. I wonder though if they'll be able to hold it. Seems like the populace is pretty unhappy with them. Religious unrest. Given that it's a completely different group of well, whatever. We've got some chlorific rays. What's this? Astronomer? Oh, it's boring nerd stuff. Pfft, what is time for that? Oh, let's go ahead and take a look. So we've got 27,000. You need another 400 to fully replenish. You don't need anything. Prussia. Prussia needs 6,000. So we've got still 20,000. Ferdinand Herzog needs no more, and he's... I wonder if we can push him towards here to strengthen this region. But I don't think they're gonna do a second attack on that place. And I'm more concerned by these guys running away. We'll chase them down. This army is strong enough that, yeah, it should be a pretty easy out-resolve. We lost 200, they lost everything. Very nice. Need some extra then, 300 points there. So that's good. So we got clear line there. Bohemia might come under attack. I think what we need to do is we need to attack this place right here. The farmland here. And that will bring in loads of enemies, but it will also open up for Blucher come in the back way, siege Vienna and destroy it. Because right now we have... Oh yeah, I should of course go ahead and go over to Iceland. So what I need is Austria, but I need 2 regions. And Austria is one of them. The USA has gone up, and it's all economics. What is the United States doing that's so bloody good? They haven't actually done anything. No conquest into territory. It might be because Spain went in and took everything. Spain has been at war with Great Britain, I believe. They just went in and took everything here. And then France out here. And then they just went in and took all this from the Brits. Have they taken a load of islands as well? I would think they would have attacked the British Islands as well. If there's time, there's probably not, but if there is, this army is going to be sent to the colonies. So what do they have left? They have 3 units left. That should be a pretty easy out-resolve. 300 men against 1500. I demand surrender. They refuse. We get an out-resolve. No unit was lost. 91 men on the wall. 5,000 to replenish that. Region captured. He mentioned in the dispatches and steady under fire. Steady under fire is definitely fits this guy. He's a Prussian officer. Steady under fire and mentioned in dispatches. Ernst von Rockel. Commander on land, 46 years old. Taking control of Reykjavik. And that means that the Navy can go to port. It looks like it's broken up, but apparently it isn't. I don't know, a dockyard here. I guess it could work to have still these boats. I was hoping I'd be able to get them out of there, but no. Right, let's go ahead and see then. I mean, it would be an attack here. Or I kinda need to move troops to defend over here. What troops can I draw? There's nothing actually out here. There's very little that reaches besides the 2 Dragoon units, and I don't think I can move them because they're very unhappy here. We would need... I would just, I guess, recruit loads of troops, the quickest I could get, which is Grenadiers. Grenadiers and Dragoons, just to fill this up so I can move troops over here, or move them down here, and this army can move there. Most likely, the enemy is going to attack here. That's their goal. To upset my attack by flanking through my flanking. I could move on this, but it's a fort and there's probably loads of hate fighting forts. Let's see. What else could I... Yeah. I think still my end turn. The enemy is still at a big disadvantage. In the long run, I am winning right now. So, and I don't, even if they take that, that's not a huge upset compared to what I am going to do to them. Oh, look at that. The Hungarian region provides 6,666. Ooh, 66. In terms of cash. We want to repair some of these buildings so we can actually move the armies forward. And also, at the same time, since I cannot recruit anything here, then it's pointless having these buildings here. Same with over here. It also makes sure that if the enemy retakes it, they don't get anything from it. Or they can't start recruiting troops. Guess we're building churches. This one I don't think I needed. Yeah, it's gonna go predicted to go into unnecessary pretty darn quickly. Can I repair it now? We do have troops here. Dragoons. Dragoons. 3 dragoon units. Could be moved here to possibly hold this down. What if I move you out? They're quite unhappy. Oh, 8 points of unhappy, actually. Yeah, that's not... 3 dragoons is going to change that. 3 dragoons might be sent towards here, though, so we can relieve troops further east. So we'll send all those troops over there. You'll have to go back to Bavaria. So we've got these 2 armies kind of stuck. We do have Brunswick moving this way. And then... I don't actually have that much money to recruit troops now, which is a shame, because I shouldn't probably have spent it all on other stuff. I thought I could just get 2 dragoons, but I couldn't get... We don't actually need that church just yet, do we? It's not gonna make enough difference. We're gonna trigger 3 dragoons with 1 turn. That seems fine. I do have troops here. We can cross the border here and attack their town here. Just destroy the Austrians entirely. Put pressure over here. They'll run out of money soon. And places to recruit troops. Because they have lost so much. What regions do they control? Oh, they control a region in North Africa. They control Libya. Or the Tripoli region, as it's called here. Interesting. When did you take this? What's this? It looked like the Romanian flag, but apparently it's Naples and Sicily. I wonder what Romanians were doing all over there. Yeah. So we kind of got an idea of what's coming up. I'm gonna end turn, and we're gonna figure out what happens later. But for now, I'm gonna leave you guys with this. We don't have long left on this campaign. I need just to take Vienna to complete my victory conditions. And once that's done, I'll be able to move over to the Serbian campaign, focus on that. And yes, Bob's your uncle. With all of that said, I say, as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!